You're waking up the nation, again. Silence of the world. We call it the spark on how it started. We connect the centers, the units, the schools, making collaboration, assistance, and there was a serious requirement for them to have these help. There was a challenge on how it could happen. One of the outcomes of some thought was there should be some kind of a collaboration between the centers, between the units, the schools, many of the departments. So it is from there that the challenge was identified. While speaking about the challenge, it was me, Jaya, and Karan, my brother, who we were basically talking about this. They did not have enough manpower to execute anything, even their day-to-day affairs, they were finding it very difficult to work. Apart from that, there are so many farms, there are so many other centers, some commercial things they do, but they were not having people. So the basic concept started by trying to have a volunteering database, we could say, a place where people could find volunteers. They could list what volunteers they need. People could come and they could find it out. That was the beginning of it. And with that particular aim, we launched it by third days on 21st February last year, as for that tool. Of how it has, what has transpired over the last 1 year. We started off a website. The crux is AuroGlobal doesn't belong to anyone. It's the first time I think we have put up my Jaya and Kern's name anywhere. There is no name of any one of us on anywhere on the social media on the website. AuroGlobal doesn't belong to anyone. It just belongs to her, and we are all trying to work for her. That is the base of AuroGlobal. So here we have built a site which is built on a very professional code, like we have used React, which is a very scalable code. We can do many things out of it. We have to take care of the databases because we have the data of the centers, although they are not very confidential. It's meant for the public, but still we should take care of the data. So it is taken care. We have a verified access control where each of the centers, they have the individual dashboards. So when they have the dashboards, they have the username passwords, and with that they can log in and they can upload the events and their volunteering requirements, their products, and all these things. So it has a verified access control. It has a architecture which can scale up during darshan days. A small example of last 15th August. On 15th August, we had something like around 75 centers who actually showed what they have done. So it was for the first time that we could actually see in one place what 75 centers have done. Amazing. Everyone having, not everyone, many of them having a March Park, like exactly we have in Yashram. Many of them having a beautiful decoration on the relic thing, the samadhi that they have. It was so nice to see all of them there at a single place. Then we have obviously the technology is very lightweight to make sure that the site loads fast. And we have a modular design. It's something that we can plug in any other modules that we need to be able to scale fast and improvise on the features. This is about the site that we have. In the last 1 year, we have had multiple meetings. We had meetings in Bengal, Odisha, Gujarat, Pondicherry, and in Karnataka as well. We have been to a few places. They have been really welcoming, and we spoke there what AuroGlobal is all about. More centers have got connected to us. More individuals have also got connected to us. It was very interesting that our first meeting, in spite of having it launched in February, we were trying to have physical meetings. Now, there is obviously a restriction on physical meetings. We have to travel, we have to do everything, we have to go there, we have to make sure that all the other centers, they come over there and all. So we had our first outside Pondicherry physical meeting in Jantra. It was around the first week of November. And there when we had and we told them that okay, this is our first meeting, they were an idea came over that why don't you have online meetings, which should have been the natural step and which we actually forgot. So we had this online meetings. We started on 25th November. We usually have a tendency to start everything the day after version. So we had our first meeting on the 25th of November. We have it every alternate Tuesdays. So we have had 7 meetings till now. Around 30-40 centers have spoken about their centers. They have spoken about their requirements, their needs, and most importantly, they have spoken about their strengths.
So this is something that is actually working out well. We usually have around 40, 50, 60 people coming online during the workshops. As of now, we have got 146 centers which are there on the site. This is a global map. I am sure that we have missed out on one center in Kenya, which is in Nairobi. I don't know how we have missed out, but yeah, we have. We have around 200 seekers, 200 volunteers, and the most important one is one shared purpose. This is a zoomed in map of India of where all these centers. It's so interesting to see how many centers we have spread across. I'm sure this is not the entire thing. We have much, much, much more. But this is what is there on AuroGlobal, and as in when we are approaching centers, they are sending us their data. It's happening. It's happening there. Now we come to the website, what the site is all about.
So in the site, we have got basically a page for the center. And from the center, we have got the different parts to it. So first, we have a page for each individual center. We do have a page which is not shown here, which is basically a page where you can filter out and you can select the center. You can search by the names, you can search by the place and the location as well. You have a center image, the galleries, and you have even the events of the center, the volunteering requirements, and the location as well. We have had instances where people have been actually, where people have searched and they have found out the places and they have gone and visited centers. This is a place for these centers. Then we have events. So when we started off with the idea of having only a volunteers, we saw that when we have centers, we were not able to get people to come in. They were putting up their volunteering requirement. But the challenge was how to bring people in to be able to actually see that there is a volunteering requirement somewhere. It wasn't happening. We were having a static site, 5 people coming in a whole month, mostly us I believe, and it was just not working out. So with this, what happened is we thought of events. When we posted events, it was then that the centers got interested. They started sending us the events that they were having. Now, when these events were having, we were posting it, they were taking the link and they were sending it to the WhatsApp group, multiple groups, Facebook, WhatsApp, or any other groups that they had. With that also, we saw that there wasn't a great spike in the people who were coming on the site. It was a decent amount from 5, 10, it went on to around 50, 60 per month or even 100 per month. But that wasn't enough. That's what we all know. If 100 people visiting a site is not enough. So what we did is we started sending out emailers as and when the events were uploaded. All the centers received an email that there is an event happening in this particular center. So now when an event is being uploaded and all the centers, 100 of them at that time, so they were all receiving a email. With that, we saw that there was a definite spike in people who were actually coming to the site and seeing it. So here what happened is the focus of the site from being only a volunteering site, it actually shifted out a bit. It shifted out to something where we wanted to connect people now. The events are happening. We wanted individuals to go and attend those events. So there was a definite shift in the whole approach, the whole site, what the site was intended to be. Then we started to concentrate on volunteers. We
started to post it. We started centers to ask, and we also posted the volunteering requirements of the centers. This is just also picking up right now. It's not that it is doing really well. For the events, we might have something like around 300 plus events which are uploaded on the site. But for volunteering, we hardly have a few. This is something that we are still working on what to do for the volunteers. Again, we have the products. But the most important part to know is that whenever there is a addition to any of these, there is an email which is being sent out to the centers. Now, from the I go back to volunteers. Now, when what happens is when it was for the volunteers, we try to now get in the individuals on board as well. So we created a separate page which we called Step into the Circle, as in the golden circle. So we wanted people to send in their email IDs. We were only sending them to the center's email IDs, but now we are sending them to their individual email IDs as well. There has been some instances where a person in Bombay who is just traveling to Bombay comes to know about an event happening somewhere close by, and he has actually attended the event. So something of that sort is what was intended, and it looks like it's happening. We still need some more months or a few more years to actually see if it's really happening the way she wants it to happen. We have these products as well. Every center can upload the products. So when they upload products, they are able to showcase what they have with them. There is no way that they can buy it here, but it's only basically a showcase of what the products are, and the individual can contact the center directly. And then we have this newsletter. So we have newsletters from all across the centers, which we are putting it up here, so that it becomes a very nice place where you can have all the newsletters from all languages in a single place. Anyone from any language can come and read here. This portion has been a game changer for us, I would say, by her guidance. So what happened is when we were trying to go to events, when we were trying to speak to the centers, most of them came to us with some kind of a requirement. When we were trying to address their requirement, it was seen that it was absolutely not possible for us to do justice to all of them. We could hardly cater to 2-3% of the whole requirement that was coming in, and it was becoming very awkward for us at times. So what we thought that when a person has a requirement, they also have some kind of a strength. The centers, they have strengths. So now all the centers are now requested to even put in their strengths, what their strengths are. Like for example, I take this example very often that the Baroda Center has a amazing. They have really maintained it very well. So they could be actually approached by any center who has difficulty in maintaining the building, maintaining the center, the training center, the samadhi and all. Then we have a school in Karnataka which has been built in a village. So that particular school is built in a village where we have to travel around 2.5 hours from the nearest railway station to be able to reach there. Maybe 1,500 or 2,000 total population of the total village. So there they have a classic example on how to have a school in a rural environment, and it's working out well. The school is there for last 15 odd years. So these places are there which actually have this strength. And there are centers, there are people who are trying to do something in this, But if they can just get some kind of a know-how, it could actually very well add to the entire ecosystem and the whole thing could be done much better. So this particular thing is right now our primary focus. We are trying to call every center, ask them to put in their strengths. We have already requested them, many of them have sent it across and it's being done. We have in this website the individual dashboard for every center that we had upgraded the site, and with that the individual dashboard was reactivated. So that is being launched on 22nd February again. So with that, every center will have their dashboards where they can upload any of them. Strength pooling, events, volunteer requirements, newsletters, all these can be uploaded. There is also a page for gallery which would be actually very interesting to see after 21st, because we have so many photos from different centers putting up what they have been doing on. Shifting from the site, we come back to what exactly we had tried to focus on. The whole thing was the youth. And this slide, I think, is quite a self-explanatory thing. Youth is there, and they are actually interested. I have spoken to quite a few of them. They are actually interested. The inclination is more than ever. I wouldn't say more than ever a century back, but of late, it's more than ever. We have around 200 of them, out of which around, I think, 150 plus of them are below the age of 30, 32. And they really are online. They are not able to connect to something which is not online. That has become the way of life right now. We are hooked to our phones, we are hooked to our internet. These things have become a part and parcel of the whole thing. And this is where we have to find them if we have to. We can ask them for a digital detox. All those things can come, but that has to come afterwards, after we actually find them and after they are there. All these things can come in. We have a few real impact things. So we had all the team of Ashram who's handling, so they wanted some digital thing. We had the Jontra Center who wanted more visitors to come in. We had a physical meet on in the on 8th or 9th November something. And after that, there is quite a good amount of people who are now going there. We had this registered centers which are coming to AuroGlobal website. We have Sri Aurobindo here, who is also trying to find out her route using AuroGlobal's network. Sri Aurobindo again finds a mention here with Mr. Ramesh Joshi. I think he has spoken to her, so she's very helpful and she's trying to find out an English teacher for them. They are really struggling. This is Mr. Ramesh Joshi, who has a school in the rural setup. They are doing so well, but they have an issue with the English teacher. They already have a teacher, but the English is not up to the standard. So they are really wanting something. Again, we have the kids who are looking for the civic center. I'm sure Madam will be able to help them out because she has done a fantastic work on the civic center. She has built something where we have all the civic center under the same platform. It's also an amazing work that she has done. She has gone all over. She has taken photos, and it's a lovely work that she has done for her from Sri Aurobindo. My presentations are usually short. We are towards the end of it, and a small FAQs on what AuroGlobal is. AuroGlobal, who is behind this, we have a team. So we have a team here today. It's the team of AuroGlobal. They are the people who have been actually working behind it, the technical team. All of them have contributed to this effort in some form or the other. A very important part here on data.
People are really not wanting to report data. So we had an issue where we were having something like around 20-25 events being posted on a single day. So when we have 20-25 events being posted on a single day, it used to be a spam. You receiving 30 emails a day, no one will read that. So we are now trying to cut it down, automate the whole thing, make it into a single email which could go to you once a day to try and see. You can see all of them which have been posted there. So we don't spam. I wouldn't say we don't spam. There is an effort not to spam, but spam happens because if you send even 2 emails a day, it's a spam. We, like we are trying to make an effort on not to spam as much as possible. We don't have a center.
As such, it's a collective effort. We don't have a center. We don't have a physical place that we operate from. And I would say all the centers, they combine to form globalists to basically give a report to all the stakeholders of AuroGlobal as to what we have done. Something that we have a usual thing. There are no commercials involved. AuroGlobal doesn't ask for donation. AuroGlobal does not even have a bank account. AuroGlobal does not take funds. The only request that we make to
All the centers that we have is please do not ask for donations on AuroGlobal. There is a reason behind that as to we have a center on the top and with time it will go below. Someone may say, okay, I'm asking for donations, we are putting it down. Someone else is asking for donations on top. So it might create some kind of a confusion. Just because of that, we have asked everyone not to ask for donation, but they can put a link
on the individual pages where it could lead to the page where they have any fundraising requirements. This is where we want to be. We don't know how things unfold. We were in a very different situation last year, this time, this date, and we are in a very different situation now. It's been a year. Where we are, where we want to go, it's all on her. How things unfolds, the best thing sometimes is not to have any plan. Just to go and deep dive into something, and she takes care of it. Our agenda is very simple and it's a one annual thing. It's just to serve the mother and show those how you all could participate. Centers, if you have any, it would be lovely to have you there. Strength tools, everyone here has some kind of a strength that you have that you can please provide to other centers. You can collaborate with other centers. We'll be happy to have all these strengths put in there. These strength tools are not only for individuals, sorry, not only for centers, but for individuals as well. So you are an individual, you can even give in your strengths, what you can do. We have a gentleman from Karnataka who actually has done the designing of all the relic centers in Karnataka. So he basically came to us and told that I'm happy to consult anyone, anywhere, if they are having a relic center on the design part. So it's amazing to have people like him try and coming over saying that we are there to help in any way possible. Thank you again. This was a presentation. My presentations are not usually. This was a bit too lengthy for me itself, and I'll be happy to take any questions. I'll be happy. We have sent out all the PDFs, sent out email to it is on AuroGlobal.org. Yeah,
No, it has gone out everywhere to everyone, and
okay. Okay.
the US, Austria, Italy.
Yes, the people of whom we had the contact in case strongly we have asked them to spread across the world. He, like, that's how it's so if you have some centers not here, please.
I think in the beginning, people were very scared because there must be something fishy. Is it something about Auroville society fight? Or there must be money behind, there must be some hidden cost, all these things, no? So there was a very slow start with a lot of questioning like that. So I think we are getting over that hump now. People are starting to get it, that it's really, for, I would say that for me, this is what, I don't know if some of you know that Kirpal, he said that after Auroville, Mother really wanted Sri Aurobindo's action. That was Sri Aurobindo, the knowledge of him going out everywhere. And for me, though that is another group who has the name, this has no group like that, but actually this is that, and we are looking at, can you open the map of India? How we see it looks like a lot of the centers. This is still a drop in the ocean. Orissa alone has 600 schools, 17,000, it's the correct number, study groups, 1,700 women's groups. They work on a lot of education, do teachers training, and they do training for medical staff in collaboration with the Oriya government, you know, and brings into this approach everywhere. Most of the schools, I think, have farms, they are Vedic centers. This is just Orissa. I think we must have some 700 or 800 educational institutions, at least, in India, connected to integral education. And not only that, but we have found out this by doing this work. It just has opened up a huge field, you know. We actually have, with integral education, from prenatal, you know, from pre-birth, all the way up, including at least 2 universities, plus we are being chairs in a number of universities. I don't think actually today in the world you have what you call alternative education, which has this kind of span from the pre-birth up to university. So there is this, all this is unfolding. So it has been a amazing journey to see that. So like I said, it shifted from being a way to create access for volunteering, people who needed and people who wanted to something where we actually are seeing that this has to be visible and we have to get out of our silos. And it doesn't mean that we are trying to move away the organizations. It's always registered Sri Aurobindo Society centers, okay? Only in Orissa, they have their own Sri Aurobindo Society. Then we have Auroville. So we are now trying to register all the activities under Auroville. So each activity should have its own page and its own centering at the same time as we see how the organizations are also part of it. So it's not trying to move away one organization, nothing like that. It's really just, I guess, thank you.
Thank you very much. So from what we so from what we understood or what we listened by your AuroGlobal network is that we are kind of looking for a collaboration with the centers that are already existing. Like you said, many centers in Orissa, they are already existing. So we are not imposing anything. We as Auroville, we are just looking to collaborate with these centers. So in a way, we want to say that AuroGlobal is bringing us together. Ashram, Sri Aurobindo Society, and Auroville, just under the same sunlit path of Mother and Sri Aurobindo. Yes, that's what I understood. And one more thing, we had from so many years, we had known about Auroville International. So you might have heard about them. You might have contacted them also. They are already partly because they have been our information centers, especially abroad, Auroville International. They have been very active for so many years, and so many people have got to know about Auroville via them. So I suppose AuroGlobal is kind of globalizing all these centers together, right?
Yeah, and that is what it is. Absolutely.
Yeah. You see, AuroGlobal is not centered in Auroville. AuroGlobal is not under Auroville, not under Ashram, not under society. It's completely freestanding. And it serves everything. And it's very important that it is freestanding. Right? So, and then AVI have been filling a function. In India, we have never had centers for Auroville. What we could do outside, it was never done in India. So now we are not creating centers for Auroville, but we are simply connecting everybody. And but even with the organizations, so society is not signing up all their centers. The centers sign themselves up. Okay. We are inviting people here who have units and like that in Auroville to sign up. We are not signing them up. They are signing up. So, and the same thing with daily ashram, whatever. So there is a kind of the individual and the organizations, there's place for both. We just want to honor all these smaller places and get them visible, and the big ones.
Are you also in contact with the Cyan network? Because on the, I think around the 50th, no, 100 Aurobindo 150th anniversary, there was the Aurobindo international educational network, which is so many centers internationally signed up for. So it's a bit confusing if that different networks and stuff. I think it would be important, whatever it is, if there's Auroville network, society network, action network, to bring them together. I think that's the whole idea of serving our oneness, no?
Here, what happens is, we do have these departments, I would say, because I'm more conversant with the word department from the ashram. So these departments of schools and all that is here in Auroville, they all can be a part of this. We all will be very happy if they can help out any other center anywhere in the world with their expertise as well. They are fantastic expertise. There are many schools here who really need some kind of help. So you people have like here, all over the time in the school, they have really good expertise. So those things are the things that we are looking forward to. If see the signing up, not signing up doesn't matter. To me, that is not very important that someone is signed up
or not climbed. The most important thing to happen is whether the work, whether the work is happening or not. Someone needs something, whether the requirement has been fulfilled.
That's the important.
I saw also you have some place in Europe, but you don't see exactly the map. It was big. Where is what kind of contact you have in Europe?
In European, actually, the contact is much stronger. We have in Germany, we have in Italy, in Spain. Unfortunately, the one from France.
Yeah, you're gonna
Unfortunately, the one from France. We have two centers from Berlin, Italy, Moscow, Italy, and most of them actually have come over here and they have actually spoken to us that let us. This is something from
of France, you know. I guess you know that we talk about that. I got something to talk with, so
absolutely these people.
Even highlights.
In the roadway, you cannot the, I mean, whether the Delhi also members can register themselves. Yeah, for that so okay, I take you to the side. Scroll down please. So here, one minute. Click on this. This is our on. This is why we are here in Sri Aurobindo, and then go down, scroll down. So we have here, we can find a center near. We can add any center if it's not there. We can find the center. Scroll down. This is for the individuals.
If any individual that you were talking about, it can be done from here. Take it, go down to, and then we have this events which are the latest events which are happening. So
this is where we have around 6 of them. We have a button to see all events and it will take you to the events page where you can do it. Scroll down.
For this only, I'm sitting in vehicle in the top because the person has to have an patience to come down and then see. If it is in the main visible page, some type of picture, so that they keep telling and they can get the I mean they can reach the Europe.
So we do have a link there, but yeah, it's not blinking, it's a static thing. People will have to make an effort to actually find it out. We will keep it in mind and try and find a better user.
Okay, they can make those things in a better bold letters.
Yeah, we could do that.
So that the thing has to immediately draw our attention. But these things we have to read. Those things it has to take us there. Home page is to take us there. And moreover, you are going to work the domain with the security certificate, HTTPS.
Yeah. It's all secure.
Yeah, one thing. And then nowadays there are last fake things that pages are coming in. So how to prevent this fake pages from this? No, now what happened? Lot of bottles are there. They are having their own website. But what happened? The cyber fraud developed the same thing as imitation, and they do the work. So when the complaint comes, the police is not able to reach them.
That's what we had a whole slide to talk about the technical thing that we have. We have tried to our best of efforts
to make it as secure as possible. We are trying to have all
kind of a barrier protections, firewalls. All of them are in place.
And we are on the SMS page. So that for individual registration, some type of acknowledgement is
there is no No, we don't have anything. We don't want to send anything away. No, it's nice to know from Mr. Bhaskar. Yeah, I know you.
So nowadays, we need an SMS gateway. Because that is the part, only part directly interact with the individual to build this confidence. Whether it is a true site or not. If there is a gateway, automatically, because now SMS is having a prefix and suffix. So whereas others cannot have the same prefix and suffix. So that if there is an SMS gateway interaction, then it ensures safety of the cyber fraud.
I didn't really want this.
You are getting gateway as a prefix and suffix.
Mhm.
So now we are going to get one gateway for our foundation. That also you can use.
Really happy.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah. Thank you, Elsa. Well then,
Hello.
Yeah.
So my question will be simply like, as a volunteer, how it is very helpful for an individual.
See, the thing is that when you are a individual, when events are posted, when voluntary requirements are posted, all of them are being sent to you by. So it's up to you to now.
come to the site. So it's basically a trigger for you to come to the site. So that is how we try and bring you in. If there is a volunteer who really wants to do something, that go across to the volunteer page to see what exactly is on it. And volunteers can make their own profile, right?
No, we still don't have the way to have your own profile in your own community. We don't have. So this is basically for the individuals. You can go up, please. So this is the page for the individuals. You can scroll down, please. Step into this circle. By step in, we have Bhakti, Yan, and Karma, which is the basis of our foundation. Scroll down, please.
And here we have thing for to connect.
And add your strength. So add your strength is something where you can actually put in this strength pool. And in ready to connect, we have options of what we are exactly wanting to do. We want to only volunteer, you are interested in youth programs, individual education, events, conferences, and general updates. So it's filtered out and the emails are sent accordingly to everyone.
And at the end, what volunteers get to benefit, like if they are given time and
That is up to them to decide the centers put in clearly what they can provide, whether they can provide you with food and stay, whether they can provide you with stay or with some money. So it's up to the volunteer and the center to be able to talk between each other, decide, and then proceed. We do not match matchmaking, so we don't do that. So this is here something. So it's an unpaid volunteer for school garden and landscape designer. What they want, the name of the center, the email ID, everything is in there. So the individual could contact them from here.
nice platform I will see for people to can do their work now.
Thank you.
I I would just like to say, because of this question, these smaller centers, often out in rural areas also, it is very, very amazing places. I was just staying for some days in a center like that in Odisha, and I haven't slept so well in long. Totally quiet. Villages around. When I walked up with them to that village which was next to the center, it was so beautiful. It was actually because you go it kind of back in time. Yeah, there are some cars that drive through, but the beauty of the village life is still happening somehow. You know? Here we have, it has all kind of gone around already. So somehow, you know, there is other benefits than just money, especially in places like this. The people, very simple, so much goodwill. I can tell a small story just about the goodwill now. I was in this center, and they had a school with about 50 rural children went to the school. And there were 4 or 5 children who lived there. But this, what can they do? 12, 13, I don't know. So they were so nice. And these boys, I came home late from the conference every night, like 10, 11. And they would be sitting up waiting to take me with the torchlight across to the house where I'm staying in the school building. And I was amazed, this very, very, very nice children, so sweet. And I said before I left, I said to the person there, these amazing, beautiful kids you have. And then she laughed. You should know how it was when they came. So I said, what? She said, well, you know, they tried to kill us all. They got mad with one of the persons. They felt we had locked them in. It's a beautiful place, but there is a gate, no. And they were not cared for where they were. That's why what they were saying then. So she said, especially one person they got mad with. They took his phone, they threw it in the pond. Then they put termite poison in his water he was going to drink. Luckily, he spit it out. But then he told them they had a whole plan that once they had killed him, they were going to kill the rest of us. So you can imagine what would we do in such a situation. Say, we took them to the relics and we told them, now you sit down here and you tell Mother Aurobindo all what you were doing and what you were planning. So she said that sat there and they actually told Mother Aurobindo all what they had been doing and planning. And she said it shifted everything. So she said, now they're most wonderful children. But she said that is, so when you see how people move and react, people who live immersed in sadhana don't think the way we do in the outer life like this. There is such a wide span of goodness and understanding and kind of, you know, holding. So it was, we never had any feeling that people were nervous about nothing. And I found it was absolutely so beautiful. So all the time things like that. Yeah. So that is the riches. It is riches everywhere. Money is a very small kind of riches. All of this is really, really precious. And that we all, whether we come from east or west or wherever, India or not India, we actually are now getting the possibility to go out and stay in places like that and just help and serve, you know, and step into that great, great simplicity from our very complex and complicated lives.
Thank you, Jane. And thank you for the presentation. It was so wonderful. And people become familiar with the work you are doing. So my question is, Tamil Nadu has a lot of centers, many, and they are connected with ashram. So they are very much into mother and child. But very less information about Auroville and Auroville's need for the future. Because the people who knew Mother and Aurobindo can be very, very helpful to build Auroville as a whole. So my concern is we have to take this message to them. How can we do that? How will you help me to pass this message? Because they are very much towards centers in ashram.
If you can take over everything,
So that is my concern, like they should come forward for matrimony, not only matrimony and for Auroville. Because they reach, even though they read a mother and they take that in their daily life, but only in the domestic life. Auroville needs a lot of people. So your work is excellent work. This has to be taken to those people because not a proper channeling has been done so far. We request you that, and thanks for this beautiful initiative. Thank you, sir.
I will be happy to help in whatever way we can. We have the platform set. As always, we are out of ideas. So the ideas come only when the crowd idea, not crowd funds, the crowd idea. I think everyone is that we don't want to do something for an individual group. Auroville is not Mother Aurobindo alone. We cannot say they are only here. I went to a remote village. They say, you think Mother Aurobindo is only in the ashram? I don't know. It's everywhere. So we have to be very equal. We get tried to maintain as much as possible, even the content, the text that we have.
Likewise, there are other way also. There is an authenticated app.
It's I have faced a thing with a client where they have lost all their Microsoft IDs because of this Microsoft authenticator. With this site, we want to make life easier. We know there are security threats all over the world. We don't want to have any data in this particular platform which is very secretive, I would say. If you want to export all the data of all the centers, it's all there. Export it out. You want the events, it's there. Export it out. So we don't want to keep things with us. The whole idea, the whole purpose of the site is to expand and not to contract further. We have put in our security measures as much as possible, but the whole idea is to actually expand all over and not limit people basically. Something like that.
It's not a question, but a gratitude within because when 10 years back when I decided to get into the work of Mother and Children in a complete and I dedicatedly, it was a dream that all the centers, all who are working together should come in as a single family and all should be connected with each other. But somehow it looked very impossible during that time. And it was really, and as you said, it's for no human effort can do this. It's only divine.
This is a drop in the ocean. This is nothing what we have done. Nothing what we have done. What we are supposed to do, it's just nothing. It's just the beginning. I think it's just a baby foot.
Somebody has thought of it, that itself is the beginning. So, and it has started. So, thank you so much. And definitely, as Mother had said, that from after 1967, like things which seem to be impossible will also happen in the development. So, it is so visible. Thank you so much.